Om. 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 Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Namavaranane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Namavaranane Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om. Pranams to the lotus feet of the Lord, pranams to all the Mahatmas and Gurujis, pranams to all of you. Shloka number 91. Bharabhritkatito yogi, yogi sarvaka madaha, ashrama shramanaha kshamaha, suparno vayuvahanaha. The last class, we introduced this particular shloka and we said Bharabhrita, one who carries the weight of the Jagat. And I gave the commentary saying that Bhagavan is carrying the entire weight of the entire Jagat. That means what? All our problems are Bhagavan's problem, not our problem. In fact, there is no problem at all as per the Shastra, because once you say Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, when the Mithya world is like a dream, where is the question of problem? And assuming you still have a problem, then what Bhagavan says is, you hand it over to Bhagavan. There is no more problem at all in life. And I gave you the example of a person going in a train or bus and carrying the luggage in his shoulder or hand and not dropping and then keeping it on the floor of the bus or train. How stupid he can be. Because what happens? Anyhow the train is going or the bus is going and he is refusing to keep it on the floor of the bus or train. And he continues to carry it. We all laugh at him, right? When you say, can you please cut it down? He said, no, I don't want to do it. And we all joke at him or laugh at him and say he is a moodaha. We are all moodas. What? We are all carrying the problems in our head, which is actually not a problem at all, which is not our problem, it is Bhagavan's problem. Why it is Bhagavan's problem? Because he is the one who is the Srishtikarta. The whole universe, whatever is coming, is the total karma of all the jivas, and whatever is unfolding is all our prarabdha. And what is the role we have got? Our job is only two things. Our job is to live a life of dharma. Our job is to live a life of dharma, means an ethical life. And I already explained what is ethical life you need to do. Very simple thing is, do not do harm to others what you don't want others to do for you. Very simple dharma. So follow that and then just follow dharma. That is the one thing. And second thing is, be with the Lord all the time. Think of Lord all the time. Nothing else is required. You think of Lord all the time and look at everything as Bhagavan and live a life of dharma. Rest he will take care. If you want a jnanam aham brahmasmi, he will send you a guru, he will get it. So if you lead a life of dharma and ashraya towards the Lord, that means leaning towards the Lord and putting everything to him and doing everything as a Ishvara Arpana and Prasada Bhava and looking the entire universe as the Lord, where is the question of problem? Because he carries the problem. He carries everything. Good and bad belongs to him. It is nothing to me. Because Bhagavan says, Bhara Bhrita. I am taking all the Bhara. Why are you carrying it? Only thing is, we should study the scriptures and you should lead a life like this. It is easier said. Every scripture says everybody is not, jnanam is not for everyone. Maybe you will not be ready for. Bhagavan says, you be in my thought. I will give you jnanam at appropriate time. You don't worry about it. Machitta madgata pranaha bodhayantah parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Tesham satati yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upyanti de. Teshame vanukam partam aham ajnanajam tamah nashayam yatma bhavastah jnana deepena baswata. Beautiful shlokas coming in the 10th chapter of Gita. Machitta madgata pranaha bhotayanta parasparam. Katayantyascha mam nityam tushyanti ramanticha. Always think of me, always talk of me. Anything you talk of me. Be in immersed my thought. Immerse in my thought. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam. Those who have got in that thought, I will give you the buddhi yogam. Jnana deepena bhasvata. I will appropriate time, I will light the lamp of knowledge. I have got a guru agency. I will send the guru and you will get it done. You don't worry about it. All your job it is Shraddha and Bhakti. Only two words. Shraddha and Bhakti. Shraddha means the Astikya Buddhi. Bhagavan will take care of me. Ananyas Chintayamto Mam Yajana Pariyupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Bhagavan says, so many places he repeatedly says. So what Bhagavan says is Bharabhrita. I am the one who carries the weight of Jagat. The next one, Khatitaha. One who is praised. Bhagavan is Katita, declared as the most exalted by the Vedas. Not only he is Katita, well talked about in the Vedas, but he is talked about by every Shastra, every Vidya, every science. Bhagavan is glorified. Kathopanishad says, Sarve Vedam yatpadam mamananti sarve vedaha yatpada mamananti yatpada mamananti. So he is the one who is talked about everywhere. Vedaishcha sarva ahameva vedyah. Vedaishcha sarvam ahameva vedyah. Where Krishna says in the Purushottam Yoga, 15th chapter. So he is the one who is most popular. Even the newspapers, media talk of him. How? Because they seem to talk of murder, terrorism, war, etc. They are also in and through all the events in the form of dharma, in the form of psychological order, in the form of inner pressure which prompts one to commit murder and so on. Whatever is told about anyone, anywhere, it is the story and glory of that is talked about. Because often we are wondering, the whole world is like this. Why is it like this? I told you earlier, just now. The whole world is like this because of the prarabdha of us. The total karma, what we have done in the past, that's what we are reaping. What you sow, you reap. So whatever is happening in the world now, is all we are witnessing is what? It's all our total, all jivas karmas. Together is coming and haunting us. Or we are enjoying, whichever way you look at the world. But you don't need to worry about the world. Bhagavan will take care of that. You don't need to worry. Some people have got an intellectual confusion, intellectual cholesterol. What is that? They will not bother about the house. They will not bother about other things. They will bother about the universe. What will happen to this world? What will global warming will do? Once in a while, I'll also get that. And what is the thing is, but Bhagavan will take care. Because what he is the one who has sown the seed and he is the one he'll reap it. So he'll take care. So our job is what? Shraddha Bhakti with which we pray. That's it. That's what. Yogi, next to Nama, 849. A yogi, one who is reached by yoga, one given to yoga. Two meanings are there. Bhagavan can be reached, is understood only through yoga of jnana, and hence he is called yogi. Jnana yoga is the life of sannyasa, where one pursues knowledge to exclusion of everything else. Karma yoga is a yoga of engaging oneself in activity and doing one's duty with the right attitude and at the same time pursuing knowledge. So the people who pursue both these paths pursue knowledge alone and their lifestyle is called yoga. With the one who has certain duties to do, while in others duties are absolved. Therefore, Bhagavan is achieved only by knowledge. Why is it that he is gained only by knowledge? Because he is already you. There is no other way other than knowing. So what the commentary is, you follow karma yoga or jnana yoga. You are in the worldly activities and performing activities as Ishvara Arpana Prasada Bhava Panchamaha Yajna. That's called karma yoga. And you do it, or you are leaving all the activities, exclusively focusing on jnana yoga, taking a sannyasa ashrama lifestyle and pursuing jnana. All are okay. Or mixed or a mix of everything. I do karma yoga and sometimes I spend time on studying the scriptures during the weekend. Now, everything is what? Everything will lead to Bhagavan only. Because what? Ultimately, you will get the knowledge. Ultimately, you will get the knowledge. Knowledge is the ultimate solution. That you have to understand very clearly. For all the human problems, which is called samsara. For all the human problems, ultimately, knowledge is the only solution. Because we have got a wrong identification and wrong misconception. What identification? What? We think I am this body mind complex. And I think that is what, and one is I think I am the body and everything is belongs to me. Everything is mine. This ahankara, mamakara. The first one is I think this body is satyam. The first one is I think this body is satyam, truth. And the second thing is that the body is me. These are the two major fundamental issues. The body is neither satyam, the body neither belongs to you. That is the truth, actual truth. Why? The body is mithya. It is only an instrument given to you temporarily to get the jnana. You are supposed to work for jnana with this body. So, one he is reached by yoga means what? Whether you do karma yoga, upasana yoga, jnana yoga, ultimately you will get to the knowledge. How? Karma upasana yoga will lead to the preparation of the mind, and jnana yoga will give you the actual knowledge. One is the preparation, the other one is the actual jnana. Is the knowledge part. And in the jnana yoga, we have got shravanam, mananam, nididhyasanam. The first one is teaching, listening to the teacher's class regularly. So that's systematic study. And then once you do it, then you'll have some doubts. That will be cleared by mananam. Finally, you assimilate the whole thing. The guru is taking the mirror of Veda as the Shastra Darpana. Veda is like a mirror. He's showing the mirror and he's asking you to see your own face. What is that? He's not revealing anything new. He's only taking the Shastra which says, you are that. Tatit Tvam Asi. That's it. That's the ultimate knowledge. So, one who is reached by yoga. The second one is one who is given to yoga. What does it mean? All yoga is to be able to see and understands one true nature. As he has no self-ignorance and is always aware of his true nature, he is yogi, absorbed in himself. A person who is absorbed in his own thought, in the thought Aham Brahmasmi, he is a yogi. So one who is given to yoga. Next Nama, Yogi Shaha, the Lord of all the yogis. The Lord of all the yogis. One who takes to yoga to understand oneself is a yogi. But they have to face a lot of obstacles and struggle a lot to reach the end. Whereas the Lord knows himself naturally without any struggle or obstacle. And therefore he is a Yogishvara, the Lord of all yogis. And Krishna says in the Gita, I am the initiator of this yoga. And I taught this yoga to Vivaswan and the Lord's son. Sanjaya refers to Lord Krishna as Yogeshwara. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishnoho. Ivam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manurishvaha vebravit. This is how the fourth chapter starts. Imam vivasvate yogam. This yogam I have taught you. I have given it to you long back to your forefathers. अब बाप का बाप सबको हम दे दिया है. I have given to all of them. I have given to all of them long before. But Inache, what happened? Everybody has forgotten. So I am really reviving it. That's what he says in the beginning of the fourth chapter. So Bhagavan says, I am the Lord of all the yogis. So whomsoever is following this path of dharma, shraddha and bhakti, and whomsoever is becoming a karma yogi or upasana yogi or jnana yogi, Bhagavan says, I will take care of them. I will never let them down. They will reach me alone. They alone will reach me. They alone will reach me. So one has to lead a life of spirituality, not the other spirit. One nowadays Tamil Nadu that is popular, not the other spirit. Spirituality means coming to the Vedantic study, scriptural study. That's what it is. So one has to be. So he is a lord of yogis. So he is a yogishaha. Then Sarvakamadaha. Sarvakamadaha. Fulfiller of all desires. People pray for varieties of fulfill varieties of desires. Bhagavan can fulfill all those desires. And also some more, because he is the ultimate giver of the karma pala data and the results of actions, and hence he is a sarva kamada, the fulfiller of all desires and giver of all the desirable objects. And the more and more you study, a true yogi, a true karma yogi, upasana yogi, or a jnana yogi will never demand anything from Bhagavan, at least materially. He will not ask anything selfish for himself or herself. He will not ask anything selfish. That is called sakama bhakti. And Bhagavan says, even if you are okay, if you are asking for sakama bhakti, it's okay. Begin with, it is okay. You cannot stop with this. Be a sakama bhakta. And what do you do in sakama bhakta? I have got this problem has to be eliminated. I am not well, this has to be gone away. My daughter is not getting a child. I want a grandson. Okay, tatastu. So all those problems, my business is not doing well. So business profits has to go up. Okay, tatastu. So initially you can go for removing all the sufferings. And then which is called Artha Bhakti. Artha Bhakti means that which cannot be even spelt outside. That suffering I have got. So Bhagavan the boy you ask, he will give you. Then Artha Bhakti, I want various wealth. I want profit in the business. I want to become a CEO. I want to do whatever it is. I want to go around the world. Whatever the materialistic things you are asking, that is okay. That is beginning, it is okay. Not ultimately end. Then we have to transcend all these Sakama Bhakti and then go to become a Nishkama Ishvara Bhakta. Nishkama Ishvara Bhakta. What does it mean? That means you become a Karma Yogi. Instead of Sakama Karmi, you become a Karma Yogi. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashihi nirmamo bhutva yudyasva yukata jwaraha manmana bhava badbhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskru mame vaikshyasi yukpaivam atmanam matparayanaha. So many shlokas in Gita is there. So you become a karma yogi. I often say you step into the first step of spirituality, the scriptural teaching. What is that? Acceptance. Samatvam yoga uchyate. You accept things as Ishvara Prasada. Even you can be selfish. Bhagavan says in the 12th chapter, even you can be a selfish person. Doesn't matter initially. But accept everything as Ishvara Prasada. For example, you are building a house. Okay, do some puja, keeping the altar of Bhagavan. You buy a new vehicle. Okay, you do puja. And if you are buying a new vastram, new cloth, and then you normally apply some kumkum and then wear it. Everything as Ishvara Prasada. Bring Bhagavan into your life. Bhagavan says, I will do miracles. Initially, he will give you whatever you want. Yo yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhayarchitum ichchati. The Shraddha is required. With Shraddha you ask, he will give it. But don't stop with this, transcend this Sakama Bhakti, come to Nishkama Bhakti, Nishkama Saguna Ishvara Bhakti, where you will get what is the thing is, where you become a karma yogi, and there Bhagavan says, I will take you to Jnanam, Buddhi Yogam Dadami. So he is a Sarva Karma Pala Data, Sarva Kamadaya, Sarva Kamadaha. So he is a fulfiller of all the desires, including the Moksha Purushārtha. Dharma Artha Kama is the prayers, okay, which is the initial step. It is okay. And ultimately, you have to come to Shreyas, which is the moksha. Bhagavan says, I will fulfill everything. Then Ashramaha. Ashramaha means the resting place. Bhagavan is like a resting place to all those who wander in the forest of samsara. Okay, Ashrama is the place, the hermitage, where one can have rest and peace. Now, where the tired and weary person can relax and get rid of shrama. Get rid of Shama. That's why it's called Ashrama. Shama means all the tiredness. Ashrama means all the tiredness has gone. It's a resting place. The jiva is being born again and again, wandering the forest of samsara, needs a place to relax. And Lord is that relaxing place, that ashrama. Ishvara is the only place where you can totally relax. When one goes on to an ashrama, and if there is no teaching, then it will have to be discovered in oneself by alone. If one has to read, contemplate, and do japa and so on, ultimately ashrama is only Bhagavan. Therefore, Bhagavan is called ashrama. Earlier, we have started this nama by saying, what is that? Sloka by saying that Bharabhrut. He is the one who is taking all the bharam. So give it to Bhagavan and relax. That's what it says. Every shloka is there is namas are interconnected. I told you many times before. You can connect all these namas and make a beautiful woven canvas. Beautiful. So he is a ashrama. He is a resting place. Don't lean on the world. On the other hand, don't ever lean emotionally on the world. The world means SOP, situations, objects, and people. Never lean towards anyone emotionally. Physical need can never be avoided. You have to physically depending on the world. But emotionally, don't depend on the world. Emotionally connect with Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan is the ashrama, resting place. What a beautiful namas. He says again, come to me, be with me, stay with me. Be in the thought of me, immerse in the thought, all the time, 24 by 7. When I say 24 by 7, 16 by 7, waking hours you do in the thought of Bhagavan, even your dream quality will improve. You will have good dreams. Always be with the Bhagavan like. Try it out. It is not difficult. It is easy. It is only again Shraddha and Bhakti. So Ashramaha. Then Shramanaha. Shramanaha means the afflictor. If one does not follow dharma and does not have the viveka to know what one is doing, then Bhagavan will give shrama. That's the problems and obstacles. So the problems person will again come back to him. This is the law. Law does not punish, but it is a law. God does not have any idea, or God does not like to punish any jiva. You understand the term, there is something called punishment. Second term is called discipline. Punishment is the term as you take a vengeance and then hit somebody and make the person suffer. Whereas disciplining is a process by which you have got a compassion towards the person and then you want him to change his behavior, attitude and everything. And that's why you are giving him some trouble in the lifeline so that you are some pinpricks you call it. So that he is able to mend his ways and come back to the line. That's called discipline. So Bhagavan never punishes anyone. Bhagavan only disciplines people by giving them some lessons. Only an intelligent jiva, a person who is a viveki, will take the clue of the Bhagavan and try to behave appropriately. I am a safety consultant. So we always say in safety, no incident happens without a prior warning. There have been multiple failures in the past that has led to one of the days a safety incident. We call it as a hazard parameter or Hendrick triangle. In our safety language, we talk all the time. That is applicable to Vedanta also. Bhagavan never gives a problem immediately to anyone. Bhagavan gives a problem and then tests you how you are looking at it. At least now are you coming to me? See Prahlada. Take Prahlada as an example. What a young boy. And then he countered his father and said, I am not going to say Hiranyakashipu. He said, Narayana. So what a beautiful stories we have got, Puranas. So by that we should understand Dhruva Charitram. So many things are there. So Bhagavan is giving all the trouble for what you want. At least at that time, are you thinking of me? Are you thinking of me? Are you coming to me? Are you doing everything for my sake? Bhagavan says, I am uniformly blessing everyone like a sunlight blessing everyone. Like a Paurnami moonlight blessing everyone is uniformly available. It is up to you to put a solar cell and then tap the energy. Who stops you from doing it? You can put the solar cell in your roof. Doesn't mean the neighbor will not get the electricity. If he puts the solar roof also, he will get electricity. The same way Bhagavan says, I am samam. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyo sina priya. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Whomsoever is tapping me, I am giving them. I am available for all of you. But if you don't change your ways, I am giving you some teasers. I am giving you some trouble. It is not really a trouble. It is like mother trying to sometimes not punishing, trying to discipline the child by shouting or sometimes light tapping in the face or in the back so that it is not harmful. So you rightly say, my mother used to pinch. For what? The mother has got an interest in you. We are not living in America, right? Where they teach the 3-year-old kid, don't go and complain to the police if mother says like this or does like this. We are not in that society, fortunately. So you have to understand whichever trouble we have got, what is the thing is, it's an indication that something is wrong with me. That means what? You should lean towards the Lord. There are so many things. There's nothing called cushy life throughout for anyone. Everybody has got his ups and downs. Don't envy at the other person as if he is so happy. No. Everybody, if you open the cupboard of everybody's house, tons of problems will be coming. The skeletons will roll out. We say, no? So like this, everybody has got a problem. Only the intelligent one, what they do? They come to Vishnu Sahasranaamam, study, then they come to Bhagavad Gita, study, and then their life is written. Life path is clear. So that you know, only these scriptures only can give clarity in life. That's why we say repeatedly come to Bhagavad Gita, which is a fundamental scripture every Hindu at least must read thoroughly once. Why? Because that gives a complete roadmap. What is your current problem? Where you have to go? What is the path? Everything is given. And our Shastra says you don't need to be in a rush. You take your baby steps. I will take care of you. Janma after Janma, I will make sure you will come to me. That's what he says, Yoga Brashtas. Bhagavan says, I will give you pinpricks immediately. No, don't go against the Bhagavan, say there's no God. You come to me. I'm giving you some problems because you need to come to me. One of the Bhakta said, Bhagavan, you give me more problems so that I don't think of anything else, anybody else other than you. So don't ever take it as any obstacles or problems as problems. He is giving us, he is testing us. So he says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshyo sina priya. I have got nothing favorite or not favorite. Whomsoever is tapping, I am available. My grace is always available. Please tap it. So Bhagavan, when he says, I am a Shramanaha, is an afflictor, then what is the thing is, he wants you to come to the resting place, Ashramaha. All these namas are interconnected. Beautiful. So he says, so that is what it is. The next one is Shamaha, one who causes decline. Shama, one who makes people get age and decline and finally pass away. Nobody is eternal. This body has got a limited life. Any amount of scientific experiments and scientific advancement can increase the longevity. In fact, more the longevity, more the suffering actually. Longevity increase is not a blessing for most of the people. Why? Because longevity by medicine and not studying the scriptures, you are as good as dead. The studies reveal anybody who is extending a long life, very few people only are healthily living and dying. Many of them suffer the last 10 or 20 or even 5 years into bedridden or quality of life is suffered. They say he is 85. So what? But last 15 years having problem. The person is also suffering, others are also suffering. So he is the one who is making the people doing the decline, causes declines of everyone. He cannot stop it. Medicine, modern science cannot give you eternity for the physical body. Eternity can be achieved by only one way. What is that? Jnana. What? By discarding this body as not me and then identifying yourself as Atma, the consciousness, or Vishnu, then you are eternal. Na jayate mrite va kadachite. So he also makes us come back again. For those who are not studying the scriptures, he is again giving an opportunity. What? We make, I mean, even after this Janma is passed away, you may go and take other Janmas. We do not know what Janma we will be taking it. Whether it is an animal, whether it is tree, we do not know. But again, he is giving opportunity. That is how we have come to this world now. You understand this? Don't wait for the when is my next Janma. He says, by this, what does it mean? We all have taken so many zillions of Janmas, and he has given one more opportunity now. For what? For getting the knowledge and break the samsara, break the cycle of samsara. Samsara means what? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. By breaking for breaking this life, he gives this. So, if you don't do it, then you are, our Swamiji used to say, sorry go round. You keep on going round and again, it is only a sorry go round. It's not a merry go round, because we are not on our own deciding it. Bhagavan decides. Based on our Punya Papa, you have to go like this. Either you become a dog in a cinema actor's house, or you are a street dog. It depends on your prarabdha. That's it. So he is the Parameshwara. So this repeated birth and death makes the people weary. So as karma pala, he also gives emotional, economical downfall or some great downfall to people. So as the giver of fruits of actions, Bhagavan is Kshama. So every birth and death, we need to really think about it. Or as every day we have got a tear off calendar. Every day you tear a one page, we should think, am I moving closer to the Lord, or am I going towards the world? One should ask, am I doing something going inching towards the Lord, or am I still leaning towards the world? Put your own self-analysis diary. Which ones where I am more attached in this world? Put a big list. So put the ABC analysis. Where I have got intense attachment, without which I cannot do. Where I have got moderate attachment, where I have got mild attachment. Take it one by one from bottom of the list and remove it one by one. And everything is only Bhagavan will take care of everything. And finally, be in the thought of Lord all the times. Because this body will go away. Kshamanaha, the one who causes the decline, he cannot say anything. You take every Puranic stories, there will be a person who will be doing tapas, 1,000 years minimum. In any Purana, it's all 1,000 years. They'll do tapas. Similarly, Bhagavan will appear. Maybe whichever Lord you are praying, the Lord will appear. It can be Rama, Krishna, it may be Vishnu, Devi, whomsoever it is. Then immediately this person will say, I should not die at all. Like Hiranyakashipu, I should not die at all. Then Bhagavan says, that is not possible. Then he'll ask you'll ask for various combinations and say tatastu. Then afterwards, what will happen? There will be a loophole and then he'll be dying. So everybody has to vacate the place. Only thing is, this body is so precious. This life, this human birth is the ultimate thing. And he has given this, and let us use it well. This body is like a sandalwood. Let us use it for putting a paste and applying to Bhagavan and then take it as a prasada. This body is like Ganga Jal, and then do Abhishekam of the Lord and then take these blessings. Instead of thinking you are using Ganga Jal as a toilet cleaning, what will happen? You are using sandalwood for making hot water, what will happen? You are wasting it, the resources. Similarly, this body is so precious. This human birth is so precious. So many acharyas have given so many scriptures, so many references are available. So one cannot have eternity of this body. Understand this. Whereas you will plan everything as if you are going to be there for thousands of years. Planning is okay, but you will be longing to live. No, waste of time unless you are with the Lord, thought of Lord. Okay. Then Suparnaha, one who is in the form of tree with good foliage. Suparnaha, a tree with a good amount of foliage is called Suparna. The foliage helps in nourishing the tree. The Lord is Suparna, the tree of samsara, whose foliage is in the form of Chandas, the Vedas, who gives knowledge of the various means and ends, and the dharma and adharma. With the knowledge of the various means and ends, one undertakes activities, and these actions produce results, and results themselves are limited and wanting. Hence, more actions are done, and these gives more results. Thus the cycle of birth and death goes on. This is a self-perpetuating tree. Because of karma, there is result, and because of the result, there is a birth, and because of the birth, there is a variety of activities, and this cycle goes on and on and on. The Lord being the root of this is called Suparna. The Lord being the root of this tree is called Suparna. The chanting and understanding of Vishnu Sahasranaamam helps us get out of this life of becoming, helps us to break the cycle of samsara, the birth and death. In fact, the 15th chapter of Purushottam Yoga starts with this. Urdhva Moolamata Shakam Ashwattam Prahuravyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani. The Parna, that's what Suparna. So it's all given. So the tree is given. Many Upanishads have given. Mundaka Upanishad, Dwasuparna, Sayuja Sakaya. So many scriptures are talking about the tree example and how it is perpetuating the samsara. Samsara means transmigration, repeated birth and death cycle. And Bhagavan is the only one who is the ashrama. Again, you can connect back to the previous Nama. Please, Bhagavan is the only ashrama. And Bhagavan is the only who is the Bharabrite. So lean to Bhagavan. Lean to Bhagavan. And he is a Sarvakamadaha. He is a fulfiller of all the desires. So better you lean to Bhagavan. So chanting and understanding of Vishnu Sahasranama really helps us to break the life of samsara. Move on. Vayuvahanaha. Vayuvahanaha means the one because of whom Vayu moves. As he is the Nimitta Karana, the maker, it is by his Agnya, the command, the order. The air keeps moving. It is because of his manifestation that Vayu has this particular form. If Vayu does not move, there will be no life at all. Since it is because of the Lord that Vayu keeps moving and sustains all the life. He is called Vayuvahana. You can extend it to all things in the life. You can extend this to, in addition to Vayu, Agni, Jalam, everything you can take it. Taittiriya Upanishad talks about it. Bishasmatvatah pavate, Bishoteti suryah, Bishasmadagnischendrascha, Mrityudhavati panchamayiti. Everything is happening because of the order of the Lord. So that you understand. So here again, I mean, I can go on and on for each nama. I can explain hours and hours. So profound each nama is. So Vayu is only an example, one of the devatas. All the devatas are nothing but a representative of the Lord. All the jivas who are exalted become the devata. If you have done lot of punyam, you also can become a devata. And then you can unseat Indra, you can unseat Vayu devata, you can go and occupy that place. Okay, for temporarily only. Ultimately, you have to study and have the jnanam. Then only you can break the cycle of samsara. Otherwise, even after becoming a devata, you have to again come back. Tedam bhuktva sargalokam vishalam shine punye matyalokam vishanti. So all of them are all the devatas. Devatas means, so how many devatas are there? Billions of devatas are there. Every principle which is operating the universe is a devata. Today, you and I are chanting on a distance basis. It is a devata by which we are all the waves are going from one place to another. We are all able to do a distance learning and distance listening. Is again a devata. So everything is a devata. So all the devatas are under the controller of Bhagavan only. So these are Vishnu that you have to understand. Go on. Go into Shloka number 92. Let me chant. Dhanurdharo dhanurvedo dando damayita damaha aparajita sarvasaho niyanta niyamo yamaha. Dhanurdharo dhanurvedo dando damayita damaha aparajita sarvasaho niyanta niyamo yamaha. Dhanurdharaha, one who wielded the bow. We have seen this earlier also. So the Sri Rama is the Rama Avatara. He is the wielder of the great bow called Kodanda. Hence he is Dhanurdhara. Yes, Vishnu, he has got the famous bow called Sharanga. So that's what it is. So he is Dhanurdhara. Dhanurvedaha, the knower of science of archery. There are 4 Vedas, and besides them there are many Upavedas, secondary disciplines of knowledge, like Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Ayurveda, etc. And his avatara, Sri Rama, the son of Dasharatha, He was the one who was the knower of Dhanurveda, the discipline of archery. The arrows are used to have proper mantras to propel them. In fact, you would have heard in Ramayana, because every one of his arrow will have the name Rama, and then whatever you put it, it will again come back and then comes back to his square. I mean, his bag, which is kept there. Okay, it comes back. So the arrows are used to have proper mantras to propel them. Bhagavan is in the form of very Dhanurveda, and he is the one who has given out the Dhanurveda. Hence, he is called Dhanurveda. And even the Upavedas are not separate from all the knowledge of Ishvara. This is the Upalakshana, and it stands for all the disciplines of knowledge, because all disciplines of knowledge are from the all knowing Ishvara alone. It's a very, very important point to be understood. We have referred it in the beginning with the various other places also. Once again, worth remembering, because in the modern life, many of us are prosperous. Many of us are, our forefathers were having a very ordinary life, not because they were not unintelligent, they were super intelligent than us. Because we are at the right time of the history, we are having a, at least many of us have got a wealth and prosperity which is much beyond than what we really deserve, actually speaking. But due to whatever the punya we have done, we have come and enjoying all of them now. And what many people think, I have accomplished something, I know something, I have done everything, it is because of me. The everything is because of I did, because this is glorified, or this is what I call it, portrayed by the society. Those who are intelligent, the society portrays them as a great people, and they are called high achievers. They are called high achievers in terms of intelligentsia. And because of that, if you have made lot of wealth, then they say you are a very, very wealthy person. And every day project top 10 people who have made wealth. Okay, top 10 people who have made wealth, like this, they keep on putting it up. Similarly, top people who have got IQ brain of this much, all those things, people put it. He has studied in Harvard, he has studied in Oxford, all those things. He has got so many PhDs. Understand, all the knowledge belongs to Bhagavan. Buddhir buddhimata masmi, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita again. I'll go back to Gita again and again, because Gita between 7th and 12th chapter, everything what Vishnu Sahasranaamam says is there. I'll keep on referring to those chapters maximum, because everything is there. Here in Buddhir buddhimata masmi, 7th chapter, Bhagavan says all the intelligence what you have got is me, which is very, very profound. Very, very profound. That means what? You must develop humility, because you must say everything is Ishvara. Means what? Whatever I am achieving, it is not I am, it is Bhagavan who is operating through me. Bhagavan is giving, Bhagavan is doing it. I am not anything in this place. I am only a speck of a dust, nothing else. So that humility has to come. Whereas today, unfortunately, our society is so divided. Recently, in the last maybe 100 years, and especially in the last 20, 30 years in our Indian curriculum, and we are given so much of emphasis on the so-called modern education. I am not against the modern education, by the way. Don't mistake me. Please understand. I am not against it at all. I am very much for the modern education and economic prosperity. I am not against it at all. Please. At the same time, leaving the moral education. The focus is so much on the material advancement. We have failed miserably in the last few years, few decades of our curriculum in our education system, that we are not involving Bhagavan in our education at all. And the schools are supposed to not to talk about religion at all. That's how it is being taught now, all over the world. And we are also following the same and going down the slope very deeply, very quickly. Why? You are not supposed to talk about it. Without moral education, how will you become a human being? And where will you get the modern education, moral education? Fortunately, we have got few great institutions like Sai Baba's, their outfits. Similarly, our Chinmaya's outfit, Bala Vihar, Bala Vikas, those kinds of outfits which are putting the people through the education, beautiful spiritual education program at a tender age of 3 and 4. How many children really go to them? It is a must. And the parents are miserably failed. Grandparents are failed. Grandparents are watching TV, no time. And parents both are working, no time. So there's a total mental bankruptcy. And there's a total arrogance, thinking, I know everything, I have accomplished everything. Because you have got some intellect. Because you have got some buddhi. If you are scoring mathematics or science, centum is the only thing. Without any value system, today the society coming up. Am I going to solve the problem? No, Krishna will take care. I'm only putting forth. And I'm only putting forth this for the people who are listening to this audio, so that you put your children or grandchildren through the appropriate spiritual education program from the young age. That is my humble request. That's it. I'm not here to change the world. Bhagavan will take care of the world. Through this message, what is the thing Bhagavan says? Dhanur Veda hai. I am, every discipline is me. So understand and develop the humility. More we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Magi Magishaha Ghobrahmanebhyo Shubhamas Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shri Gurubhyo Namah Krishnarpanamastu. Hari Om.